Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. We're taking a look here at Matic. We're going to talk a little bit about this pennant pattern here, or bullish pennant pattern essentially that broke out to the upside. We were looking at that being a potential reality when we last looked at this coin here, and the price came down to bounce perfect off 0.382. So this is a sweet situation here. Definitely looking like further upside after a breakout like that. So we'll talk about that. We're also going to discuss potential for pullback if the price were to come back. How much lower will that go? We're going to put up some new Fibonacci retracement levels here and kind of help understand, again, best practice, big picture for a scenario like this. And we can even look at better case scenario where the price action might be coming upwards. How much further will it go higher? Okay. So if you are, again, new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor, just love teaching people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today, okay? So what we're going to do is talk a little bit about, well, let's go with the daily time frame first and just quickly note that we've had some pretty good continuation here, but this is all pretty healthy continuation. We can acknowledge that in the smaller time frames, but the important thing here to recognize, and let's go ahead and remove our liquidity and fair value for the moment, is this 200-day SMA. The moving average is coming down here. This is perfect. We broke above that, soundly closed above. Okay, so we broke free from that resistance. Gives us much more range of motion, so we can definitely see some higher price points here. We could very well see 75, 76, or 79 cents here in the immediate near future. So Matic has every reason to continue higher. Take a look at TD sequential. We can acknowledge, though, that today is essentially the 9th day of this continuation. What that basically just means is typically when you see the price come up to an 8 or a 9, it'll kind of go sideways and down, or just sideways and consolidate, and then prime itself for the next leg up. So we hypothetically could be at the top right now, where the price action might pull back, and if it does, once more, 0.382, 0.618, those are Fibonacci levels that are pretty common to retrace to. In other words, halfway down from where it came. We'll talk about that in smaller time frames, but it's really easy to identify here that we're not massively overextended, which is great. We just now swung upwards about 75 on the RSI. If we take a look at this coin here too, the last time we were at 75 on the RSI was back in January when Bitcoin was going on a tear. Okay, so in that time, Matic did very well for itself, up over almost 100% in roughly about a month's time. Okay, so hypothetically, we could very well see a very similar scenario there for us here too. Okay, so just know as a really positive signs, money flow index is still high. So with the money flowing into this coin still, there's no reason to expect the price to drop very hard. Unless, of course, Bitcoin hits 33, 34,000, maybe even lower, then we could be could be a cause for concern. Okay. But right now, steady, healthy accumulation. If you take a look at the price action, it's a steady slope, staying above the 20 and the 50-day SMA. All right, so fantastic stuff here. Let's go ahead and just quickly reverse the fibs here, just so you can kind of see, or unreverse rather, and kind of understand roughly what the price might come down to if it does, right? So we want to make sure we go with the worst case scenario, because we are overextended at a 9 on TD sequential on the daily, and if we combine that with the current situation, we're at a 9 plus 4, or plus 3 rather, on the 4 hour. So we're overextended on multiple time frames. The RSI is plateauing at 70. Typically that's a resistance level. So my money is that the price will pull back before it legs up again. I hope it legs up again. Hope it continues. I'm wrong that it won't pull back, but if it does, we want to be mindful that 67, 66, and 64.5 are pretty close approximates for retracement levels. Okay, and again, those are just kind of like the halfway point, the average point the price will typically pull back to. Again, I'll send this out on my playout charts here, my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. So if you're not part of that, links down below there for that. But the truth is, this coin is very strong, but a pullback would make sense. Again, we want to take a look at some liquidity levels. There's not a lot of liquidity here. Previous liquidity levels have been swept. So if there is a worst case scenario, or sorry, better case scenario, the price pulls back, it's at 236, bounce off 69 cents. So it wouldn't be terrible to dollar cost average into these little positions here before the next leg up, because there's a stronger likelihood the price will continue higher. Okay. All right, so taking a quick look at the hourly, last thing we want to kind of note is just the Ichimoku cloud. This gives us full-on confirmation to not close our long position. Okay, so even though we are due for a correction, it would make sense. If this price doesn't break through this level here within the next 12 hours, then the pullback would seem more sensible. Okay, right now, even though we are overextended on multiple time frames, there's a good chance we could see the price action break up here with this little pennant pattern we're seeing here so far. So truth is, this coin is very strong. I would not short against it. I would just consider maybe a long position at these lower levels. Speaking of long position, better case scenario here, kind of give us some perspective on larger time frames, because again, I like to kind of go with a worst case and a best case scenario. We've already addressed the worst case, but if the price does continue higher, 272, 414, and 618 are common retracement levels. In other words, the price continues higher, we will see somewhere in the range of 1.272, or sorry, just to clarify, 75 cents, 76.5, and 79. What I recommend is putting your take profit targets, or if you're considering a stop, a selling point. Sell just before those Fibonacci levels, and you'll find much more success. Using round numbers is not really advantageous when you're trying to find an entry or an exit, because once more, those are strong Fibonacci retracement levels, and oftentimes the market movers are using those round numbers. Okay, so just some friendly advice there. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Again, I'll post this up on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Quickly to note too, we did just partner with Blofin Exchange. If you register before the 20th of November, you're eligible for those trial funds. So be sure to check that out. It's a cool new exchange. Really just mainly offering them because of the fact that they offer no KYC or VPN. And it's really nice to be able to have that option in the US, because unfortunately the US kind of is at a disadvantage when it comes to leveraged exchanges, right? You have to keep moving on, for lack of a better term. So either way, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Comment below if you found benefit. Like this video more appropriately if you did, and I greatly appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing the next one, and I look forward to work with you. Jump on over to our Discord, get to know you better. Take care. Have a good day.